Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 280. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. No pass. No pass. Watch the twist. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Alert 3, alert 3.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Shift, shift.
From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, hey, watch it, watch it. Watch safety creep, watch safety creep. Alert, alert, alert. Check, check. Check 99, check 99. Check 4, check 4. Check, 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 check.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
All right, D, let's all right, D. Big gas, big gas, big gas.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, guys, listen, listen, listen. Walk 54, walk 54. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Kill, kill, kill.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
alert, alert, alert. Ball shot. Check back 33. Let's get the ball.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out.
Here we go, here we go. 30 base, 54. I got it. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Switch. Check 50, check 50. Save. Check 3, touchdown.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
25, check 25. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. 18. Mike 5-4.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Flush to his right. And incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shift. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Who that? Switch.
This time Wilson will throw. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, Delta. 54 Mike.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 76 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch twist.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time. And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Check. Fresno. Alert flare. Check. Friday.
Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back up. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
Check. Watch the safety creep. Check 9.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out and decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's 11. Watch the ship. Go ahead.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Check 33. Bandit. Echo. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. It's a party now. Hey, 0. Check 33. Watch the screen. Pass. Check. Lucky. Hey, good.
From the 27, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right, looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Let's see what you got. No. Slam. Check 52. Bang. Go ahead.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to, will step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, look, 11.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys. They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Check. Watch 54.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Shit. 21. You got tape. I got you. Go. Back.
Here's Mostert. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
21. Here we go.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, turn it up. Shift.
They keep it with Penny on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Motion. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Arm. Check 33.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43.
Good job right there. Check 4. Check. Hold up. Big gap. Kill.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Bring it. Jim.
Penny, the first down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Left pass.
From the gun, Wilson flushed out right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Here we go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check, 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 check. Watch the safety creep. Check 9, check. 4 down, 4 down. 1 left, 1 left.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 42 yards. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. This time the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. Gets around him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Check, check. 21, 21. 11, 11, 11, 11. White, white, white.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Let's get off the field. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Play action. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Out. Switch. Check. Shoot. Hey, alert. Alert.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
What? 159. And watch the lane.
They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. It got his man complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So with that,